All right, what's going on, guys? So, gonna make this one quick. For tonight on Euro USD, what we're looking for is a continuation up, right? So there's no pattern saying that this thing's gonna drop yet. I do see a rising wedge forming, but all this means is that we could see it push up a little bit more and then potentially drop. So what I have right now is a 1 hour zone. All these are trend line zones. I have supply zones written up, and this line right here is the top of a 1 hour supply zone. So usually like for price to go up into these areas before looking for any types of reversal. They do predominantly well. If not, there is a couple options here. So it's either going to kind of go up, hit that zone, consolidate and continue. It might go up, hit the zone, and then drop for a reversal to potentially go back up again. Or this could be a false move up right now, and then we see that drop earlier on tonight during London session, and then it may be a reversal back up during New York, right? So the overall bias I'm seeing is bullish. So I want to have it go to that zone. That is the predominant zone. And if you look back, I'll show you real quick on why I'm taking this as a good zone. Is mainly because of support resistance. So you got the lines here, price consolidate. Every time it hits it, it kind of just it does some sort of reaction, and it either reverses, consolidates in it, and then drops. Regardless, it's a nice, powerful area of confluence where multiple things happen. So overall, I'm going to say we're bullish. And then here on GBPUSD, let's see. Overall, same thing. We are looking to be more bullish. The dollar, if you guys go to the DXY, kind of jumping all over the place, but I'm trying to give you guys direction on this. If we go to the DXY, you'll see that this thing is just dropping. And I have two zones of demand written out, the 4 hour being those zones. And this one is matched up with the 3,200 moving average, a 3,200 EMA. And if you guys know anything about that EMA and how other market maker method EMAs correlate, then you'll realize that this is a significant zone. So I do see this dropping further. Now, that could push price up on GU and EU just directly up, which is fine. But another thing you have to take into account for tomorrow morning is this. Let me refresh this. We got news tomorrow. So there's Canadian news tomorrow morning at 7:30. Ugh, things getting in the way. Do this and get rid of that. Okay, so 9 o'clock a.m. Central, we have USD news, and then at 1 o'clock we have FOMC minutes. So that's going to be pushing the market a little bit. And then here, where is it? Canadian news at 7:30. So we got some momentum going on in the New York session. So there could be something that really pushes this pair up straight, which FOMC, if anybody is familiar with it and how it moves the market, it tends to just move it up in one direction pretty fast, kind of like CPI here. So this could just be making the moves that price needed to make on a higher time frame happen a lot sooner. And that's the cool thing about the news events is if you understand these higher time frame biases, then you'll notice that the news just kind of goes in confluence with it. So I see it shooting up a little bit higher up into these zones right here. These are 4 hour and 1 hour zones of supply. And once it hits these zones, just like we had on Euro, we could see something along the lines of it goes up, pulls back, and then continues. Or it goes up, reverses hard, then later down the road makes its way back up. Just because this is here doesn't mean price is going to necessarily go up to it tonight, right? It could take a few days, could take a week, because we don't know how they're going to manipulate and induce it. But I can tell you right now, this is most likely an inducement to get buyers in to get up all the way to this point, and then they might reverse it during London, New York session to maybe go back up either that day, tomorrow morning, or potentially the next couple days. I would give it about 24 to 72 hours, but we'll know exactly what direction this is going to go and how far it's going to go based on what happens tomorrow during the news. So just be careful on this, but I am overall bullish on GU just because of the higher time frames. And then we'll go to USDJPY. So we have some trend line liquidity here. Each of these lines is the bottom of each major supply zone, and it's still showing signs of weakness. There is nothing here telling me it wants to go back up yet. But with the news tomorrow, we could see something along the lines where, it shoots down, comes back up, breaks trend line liquidity, and then kind of goes back and captures all this. I don't see that happening just yet, but I do it does make sense. When they build up this much trend line liquidity, they tend to make moves that alter it and get people to induce in sells early, come up, it hits the price, they enter in on sells again, and then price goes up and continues and stops out all these people. So we'll see how it all plays out. And depending on what happens during New York, we'll know exactly what we're going to do. But just keep an eye out, look for continuations down until we get major signs of reversals, and then we'll be good to go. So thanks for hopping on.